Okay, so today we're with Daniella Kafouris, and she's a manager of technology and privacy law at Deloitte Risk Advisory. Daniella, we've heard a lot of talk around the Protection of Personal Information Bill. Can you tell us a bit more about this?
The Protection of Personal Information Bill, also known as POPI, the PPI Bill, or our Data Privacy Bill in South Africa, is basically the legislated right to privacy. So we all know we have a right to privacy in terms of our constitution. This is the piece of legislation that defines the requirements around that.
And who would this affect in South Africa?
The Data Privacy Bill affects everybody that processes personal information. So whether you're an individual, or a public or private organization, you need to comply with the requirements in the bill.
I've actually heard this being spoken about for quite some time now. When will this actually be passed?
Well, the last deliberations from the Portfolio Committee said that September's their deadline, September 2012, for any more deliberations. They want it passed by the end of this year.
Right, just use a scenario. So I'm a company, 500 employees, I have a whole bunch of clients out there. What if I decide to do nothing?
Well, right now, if you decided to do nothing, nothing would happen. But once the bill's actually promulgated and it becomes law, there's an 18-month compliance period. Now, it sounds like quite a bit of time, but for most organizations that are delving in the financial, insurance, banking or telecoms industry, we have seen that the compliance period could take up to 3 years. So
wow.
In terms of fines, there would be penalties involved in terms of legislation, and the current fine that they're discussing is 10 million.
Okay, that's pretty daunting. Okay, so that's the bad side. How will a company benefit by complying with the bill?
Well, the beauty about the Data Privacy Bill, it's the sole piece of legislation that looks at data management practices within an organization, because you're looking at the life cycle of data from the moment it's been collected up until the moment it is archived or deleted and destroyed. Now, as a piece of legislation that defines that entire life cycle, it pays you to take a step back and look at how you can extract value through compliance.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so if I'm a company and I haven't done much in terms of getting ready for the bill, what are the proactive steps that I could take right now?
Well, everyone needs to start with an assessment or a gap to see where they are, because there's no point in planning your strategy without knowing where your pockets of excellence lie, as well as where work needs to get done. Once you've established that, you start with your privacy policy, appoint a privacy officer, and start defining all the roles and responsibilities around it.
Daniella, thank you very much.
Thank you.